We're going to talk about this marathon now.
Yes.
Recently, it's come. You know a bit more about this than I do, don't you?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's show. This is early on in the marathon, and this is a very famous Chinese marathon runner. Okay.
Yes.
And there's some Kenyans here doing what they do best, which is run marathons, to be honest. And it looks like they're escorting him. So maybe you can read about it while we show what happens here.
Yes. So basically, what happened was there's a $5,500 cash prize, right?
Okay.
For the winner. Sky don't lie, right?
Yeah, look at that. I mean, let's be honest. That doesn't look like a very nice day. Imagine you're running, an athlete, you're breathing this in. Not good for you.
Yes. So there were some African runners, right? And the video clip, it shows these African runners that are applauding this guy and waving him on.
Yeah, look,
this
they're
Chinese
like,
guy.
come on, go, 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 go. Yeah, look at that.
And it looks like they might do one of those like teamwork finishes. They work so hard, you know. But no, they actually let the Chinese dude go ahead and run through. Apparently, this Chinese dude's ranked like 77th in the world, so he's good.
No, of course he's a good runner. There's nothing about that. But these guys, come
But
on. Look
he
how
has-
much shorter he is, and their legs are much longer. It's much easier for them to really get ahead of
Sprint ahead. So here's the deal.
Yeah.
The experts are looking at this and they're like, the only person that sprinted to the end was the Chinese guy.
Yeah.
The other guys, like, obviously were holding back.
Yeah.
And so the internet commenters were like, this is nonsense.
Yeah.
This is absolute nonsense. Like, you need to look into this, right?
Yeah.
So they clearly let him, I mean, it looks like they
Oh,
let him win.
I mean,
right?
sorry, but
But
Occam's razor here. you
yes,
know?
I'm saying Occam's razor.
Yeah.
But it got so bad that they're actually like the marathon commission in Beijing actually has to like look into this and actually like
Because too many people were protesting.
They were like, "What?"
Yeah.
And international sports commentators are like, "This looks bad no matter what." And there's a quote here. It says, "It's just a bad look, however you slice it," said sports analyst Mark Dreyer. And it's one thing for four runners running right at the end to potentially hold hands or to cross together in a show of sportsmanship. But
Yeah.
that's not what we saw.
No,
Because
it's
it looks
not.
like almost like that's what they might do.
Yeah.
Like, let's all do it together. You know,
Yeah,
check
exactly.
Africa and China or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, look, it's just blatant. We'll go through it one more time, okay? But our audience is not dumb. We're not dumb. Nobody's dumb who watches this. The Chinese athlete is behind. You can see he is behind the African runners. And they're like, you see, they point ahead. They're like, yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah.
Come on, get in front, get in front. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so obvious.
Yes.
They point and then wave him in.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
They asked him.
They asked him, right?
They asked him. He says his name is He. He's 25 years old. He has broken China's marathon record twice in the past 2 years. Clearly a good runner. Doesn't need this, right? Told reporters after the race,
See, he's looking at him and pointing.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
He says, I was not in my best competitive state, but he did not address the controversial finish.
Of course.
So he won and then said, I wasn't in my best state.
Wait, yeah.
So like there's some dissonance there, right?
Yeah.
If you won, you'd be like, oh, I worked so hard for this, you
Yes.
know? He won and said, I was not in my best competitive state.
He was very obvious he was allowed to win, and it's maybe I'm guessing
We don't
guessing they're Kenyans. There might be some.
They're it just says African.
Okay,
we don't know.
Kenyans are great runners, and that's why I'm saying that. I'm guessing they're Kenyans. Maybe there's some Belt and Road Initiative thing going on. Maybe there's some China's investing there or something, and so I
was bringing it down to my speculations, bring it down to a smaller level. It doesn't have to be a state. It doesn't have to be state corruption here. This could be a runner that, you know, had someone pay someone off. I said could be.
Could
by
be,
the way.
yeah. Look, remember
I'm saying
speculation
It
here.
could go all the way to the top. It could be something super simple.
Yeah,
never know.
I'm just saying that, you know, I'm saying what everyone's thinking, and this is BS. Okay.
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone
Look,
agrees
he's
on
behind
that.
them all, and they're like,
It doesn't
"Go
matter
ahead."
what the motivation was, right?
Yeah.
This is clearly
They
bad
let him
sportsmanship.
win.
Yeah.
They let him win.
Yeah.
And that's nonsense. Come on, my African brothers, have some more pride.
Well,
you know.
You know, it's not. You go to China, you think they have. What do you mean pride? You think they can. You know what would happen to them if this was a state thing? If they didn't let him win?
Yeah,
You have to.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. It just sucks.
Yeah.
I am African, by the way. I can say that. I'm South African. Yep.
All right, we've seen it.
Just doing it one more time. Last time, just to make it clear here. I like how they're like, oh yay! You can tell it's such nonsense. They're very quick to put the things on. They're like, look at. By the way, look, he's all bent over, recovering. They're patting him on the back.
Yeah,
they're not even tired. See, he's all like, and they're like, oh, it's okay. You're good. Because they're just standing there. For them, it's a leisurely walk.
It is.
I understand your appreciation for art, right?
No, I mean, I would definitely not say I'm into art.
Well, I mean, I don't know about that.
Well, give me an example.
Here's a good example of some fantastic art, very sought after Chinese artists. Let's take a look.
They call him dribbles. This is like dribbles all over.
I mean, okay, I'll go back.
Yeah,
Basically,
I'd like to see this.
What this guy does is, and remember we had this before where the guy just doesn't look and he like splats.
So I love that. There's an artist, I wish we showed this, but there's an artist in China that just got blown up. Probably through connections and stuff.
Yes.
Blown up all over the media, and people were paying millions for his artwork, and he was just going like this. He's like looking away while just like doing lazy brush strokes on like a vase. Yeah. This guy, he's a little more intense.
Yeah, he's got a syringe.
Yes.
You know, like normal medical syringe, I suppose, filled with ink. And he does this whole thing where he screams at the same time, or he shouts, and does like a design. And of course, for some reason, people think it's amazing.
I like his sound.
Yes.
One thing he does fit. Can you pause it on?
Yeah, sure.
Or I want to see his beard.
Okay, yeah, he's got the beard.
We'll teach you something.
Whoops, let's go back.
So in China, when you're an artist, you have to have a beard. Like
even if
normal
it's
guys
small,
don't have
even
beards.
if it's a small beard. Yeah.
Because normal guys don't have beards.
Yeah.
But when you have a beard, you're like a photographer or an artist or something.
Or long hair.
Yes.
It's kind of strange, but it is
a weird stereotype.
It is a stereotype, but China is definitely a place where stereotypes are more pronounced.
Yes.
You know, and people are pigeonholed.
Like if you ride a bicycle, you wear spandex.
Yes.
Like you have to. You could have a huge beer gut, you smoke cigarettes. You wear that spandex when you ride that bicycle. I'm not talking about the city bikes.
No,
like any
sort of the helmet and everything.
Yeah, any sort of bike where you're like going places, you wear that. You know.
Yeah, there was this huge like uptick in that whole hobby of cycling.
It was.
But it's like you have to wear that. It doesn't matter what the weather is. It's freezing cold and they're wearing those skin tight things with the helmet.
The racing helmet.
Yeah, and the Oakley glasses. Anyway, so artists aside, whether you like it or don't, it's certainly an interesting.
He looks very intense.
He is.
Very intense.
I just don't understand. I'm kind of curious how his sideburns managed to go directly from black to gray, it's like in a line.
I was gonna say, I figured it out. He's obviously dyeing his hair.
He must be.
But you know what I love about this is that the beard just does not match him. It's like you went into the props closet at like a local high school theater group, and it's like, here's the scraggly beard that's been around for 50 years.
Yeah,
and you put it on like with a rubber band, like.
Hey, maybe.
Check.
Yeah, it's safe.
And he's like, ha ha! Ooh, smashes the check.
It's just such nonsense. Why did you show me this?
That's not a prank.
No.
You just slapped your wife.
Okay, that's pretty funny.
This guy's sleeping.
Temporary tattoo.
It's a temporary tattoo of a wound. He starts freaking out.
Okay. Yeah.
And he's like, what the
Sweet. Oh, that's gross.
I said it crosses the line.
When I close my eyes, I can almost see it. When I take a breath, you fill up my life.